Let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Hi, Dave. Great show. Russ in Atlanta calling. I was just going to ask you, what do you think of this talk of getting Garrett Bolles out of Denver? It's obviously an upgrade at the left tackle position, but is it even a possibility, or is this just a fan dream? Thanks. Again, great show, Dave. Appreciate it.
As always, appreciate all of the voicemails. Quincy, Denver's, you keep hearing Denver is going into sell-off mode, fire sale mode, and that's to be somewhat expected because Sean Payton will get guys in that he wants and he'll be looking for draft picks. I don't know if the Browns would be willing to part with a high enough draft pick to get, a pretty good left tackle out of there.
I don't think the draft conversation is the issue. The issue is right now the Browns are paying for 5 offensive linemen, right? You got the 5th-year option on Jed. You have the money that you're already wrapped up in Joel. You have the money wrapped up in Wyatt. You just paid Ethan Posick, and you recently re-upped on Jack Conklin's deal. You're paying 5 offensive linemen. You're maxed out. So if you want to replace Jed Wills, it's not going to be with the Garrett Bolles, another left tackle that has his money or has to get paid. They're probably going to go along the same route that they went with running back, right? Where it's like, hey, we like this guy in the 2nd round 2 years ago, or we like this guy in the 3rd round 2 years ago, and he's sitting around on somebody's bench, and we're going to try to trade for him, see if he can push Jed Wills once we get that guy up to speed. I think that's more or less the lane that they're looking for somebody to fill when it comes to a trade. I don't think Garrett Bolles is realistic, because if you trade for Garrett Bolles and you can't find a partner for Jed Wills, which is very likely, I don't see anybody trading for Jed Wills right now, because if you could trade Jed Wills, you wouldn't have to trade Jed Wills, right? That's just the truth about it. So if Jed can't be moved, then you can't sign somebody else and pay 6 offensive linemen when you got a quarterback due up. Miles going to have to be restructured at some point. You got all this money kind of due up on both sides of the ball. You want to keep Grant Delpit, right? That's money's got to come from somewhere. So you can't pay for 6 offensive linemen next year and this year. What you have to do is find a way to pay for 5 and have 5 out there, similar to how DeJuan Jones is on a rookie deal. But you don't mind that, because the money that would pay for right tackle play is just going to Jack Conklin, but DeJuan Jones is the one that's going to be out there. Same thing for left tackle. Okay, Jed can't be out there, but if you can find somebody to replace him on a rookie deal, that's who you go with. How are you going to find somebody to replace him on a rookie deal? You're not going to get a starter, so you got to get somebody who's just kind of languishing on somebody's bench. Maybe they need to be put in the right system or the right kind of fit, and you feel like your team's the right fit to plug that person in, and that's how you fill that hole. So I don't mean to throw wet anybody's blanket about this whole Garrett Bolles thing, but I just don't think it's fiscally possible for the Cleveland Browns, or even responsible for them to do. And if they did, I think it would ring the bells for me personally of a panic decision more than like a good structural decision. Like, that would make me start to wonder if Andrew Berry feels like his job security is at risk, because that's a very short-term move that you would only do in that kind of a situation.